ready to fall asleep on my feet.
Always another errand to see to.
Now, where was I bound again?
Another day.
Wearing armor all day feels like a punishment.
There's not I have more than a saucy rumor.
Welcome of fine ale.
Would that I could spend all day here. Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
I'll have an early supper.
Would that I could spend all day here.
Lots to do, and precious little time.
The hours seem to fly when I'm
Pretty
Herald
fine
news
for
of
me.
moments in caution. Gotta earn all the gold I can while I'm here.
Now, where was I bound?
Another day.
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted. Time's hard. I'm barely scraping by.
Living's hard. But dreams?
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
This walk puts my mind of its purpose.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way, but what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And then...
We could make the fruit reborrent ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary here in Melv. At last! It all becomes clear.
Depends on the role.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roborant, are we? Do come again.
We ought to bring this to the one expecting it.
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper-like, I'll bet.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
I'm in fine fat.
Oh, what luck! 'Tis a chest.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and 'tis hard to describe. But my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We must fly to the aid of those in need.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Mayhap you should speak with Sir Leonard before we depart.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Seems naught ever goes right. this at all. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind. You can only carry so much by yourself.
Not a foe in sight.
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies.
There's nothing like a warm meal to lift one's spirits.
Indeed. Here's hoping this remains our usual fare.
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother. Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
You need me at the vanguard? Say no more. Goblins, Master!
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
What a fascinating way to end a foe! This will serve for a fire tale when I rejoin my master beyond the bridge.
Now that is a surprise.
Douse the flames before it is too late. I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I could look upon this sky for all eternity, if 'twasn't for the crick in my neck.
Keep gazing upward and you're like to stumble ere long.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
Norbert, are you hurt?
I knew you would prevail.
That's it! I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I hope
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off.
Keep your wits about you. You must not allow our charge to come to you.
Just glad to live another day.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Yon chest lies maddeningly close.
'Tis a vexing thing, to see it so plainly and yet be unable to open it.
I'll pop open the chest.
Oh, apologies, Master. My mind was 1,000 leagues away.
On another note, we've not counted a thief among our number for some time.
Thieves aren't as dastardly as they sound. I'm sure you'd find them a welcome addition.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert. And perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
With Sir Norbert safely returned, Melve shan't lack for medicinal herbs. Two good deeds in one, you might say.
Work as late as I used
Not much
to
going on.
anymore. Time to get back to work.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Taken care of before the day's done.
Delights
This is no
might
good.
not be to find in
Can't let
town
myself get
today.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of okay. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something? Do come again. Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something? Do come again.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Here at the inn, we also offer change. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something? Do come again.
If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, naturally it is a vocation for those who seek to master the bow. At close range, however, a bow is nary more useful than a walking stick. Aye, the secret to being a successful archer is maintaining distance between you and your foes. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master them. However, the more powerful the spell, the longer one must. Thus, a mage is unlikely to last long on the field. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the thieves favor light armor, which their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate. Very well. There is no, but I shan't take up any more.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
Who might have the answers we need? Shall we ask around?
I'm about ready for a break. Feels eerie with no one about.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Good. Then let us be on our way.
Alas, we failed to protect our comrade.
'Tis most regrettable. We've lost a steadfast ally. Look, Master! Goblins!
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrill. Ah, good. I see the Arisen's from... As I understand it, it is boorish to speak when you've naught to say. So I...
Should you wish to pick your foes off from afar, you need...
I bid you farewell, Arisen.
'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding. A task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
'Tis as you say.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the Saurian's nest, and your task is done.
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master. Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen we serve here. Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts. My heart is light as a feather.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
A moment long awaited. Outstanding.
That was hardly a challenge for adventurers of our caliber.
Our efforts have been rewarded. Let my magic scroll through your mental wounds.
Over so soon? Why? You seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become... complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Good thing gets the worm.
The Arisen has been changed. Curious magic is at your disposal. It's right there. Yon statue makes for a fine landmark. Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs. Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid?
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
It seems I've collected a few too many things. Perhaps I ought to be more selective in future.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
Listen, keep on like that, and we'll be done here soon enough. I will protect you. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
What's this? We're trapped. Aye! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops, pray, be on your guard. The thought of this torrent could be employed for our own ends. This could plant us an edge in battle, if we use it well. A Cyclops!
Strike hard enough, and we might not have to do this twice.
Strike fast and true, and our glory shall fall. Understood.
An excellent strategy. Allow me to assist.
By all means.
have my gratitude, sir. It seems I misjudged you. I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth it. I see a ladder there. But we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Magic's grant you an elemental boon.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the Sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, and in Ramon's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the Sovereign in your stead. A mere pup. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear? You have my fullest confidence.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Just about anyway.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble today.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other. For all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
Good day, sir.
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll knock a few gold pieces off aught you buy. Oh, spend away, my good sir. Do come again.
Do we truly expect to find aught of value in a chest hidden in a place like this?
There's treasure within, I'm certain of it. But there's only one way to find out.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side.
Will you not miss my company once I am gone, Arisen?
Are you fit to travel? Then let's not...
Oft does the bow prevail. Or where the...
The time of our parting has come.
Ah, good. I see the Arisen.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospital. In all Vernworth. Much obliged. This inspires naught but misgivings. The rules at your neck.
I'll go and open the chest.
I wonder what rumors the morrow has in store.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the It was delayed so that the Sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Vernworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deeza's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deeza demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, your majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid. There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Tell is, Vermont was once the Beastren Kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed. though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.